Spoiler alert. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, 100 Pounds of Gratitude. I'm Rachel and I am striving to gain gratitude, lose weight, and build a life that I love. And today is Friday, so I am in the kitchen sharpening my cooking skills. I just finished my second recipe for 2021 and I decided that I needed a binder so I could put everything in and have it for next time with my notes. So I got this binder discount clearance, woohoo, $1.50. So that is going to be my recipe binder. So I just put in the healthy shepherd's pie recipe into my binder, and somebody had asked me what shepherd's pie is not healthy. And my answer to that is the ones that have lots of fatty meat and are made with cream in the potatoes and butter in the potatoes and lots of cheese melted across the top. Those are the ones that have really high calories, like 900 calories per serving. And this is not that shepherd's pie, but it ends up being great. Spoiler alert. So I hope that you join me in the kitchen.
Today I'll be cooking a healthy shepherd's pie, and I found this recipe at Confessions of a Fit Foodie, and I chose it because it sounded good, it fits with my healthy recipe cooking, and it's also marked for a beginner. And I guess I should have read the time because I was surprised that it really did take me about an hour to do this, but it actually says an hour and 5 minutes total time, and it absolutely took me that long to do this. Part of it, the last 30 minutes, is cooking in the oven, but this one was a little bit more time intensive than I had initially mentally prepped myself for. So this is how this starts. Here are all the ingredients. You need olive oil cooking spray, diced carrots and diced celery, onion, chicken broth, Himalayan salt, and I love Himalayan salt now. I had not used this yet. And first of all, I love the color. It's a beautiful color. But secondly, it tastes so good. It really does make a difference on my food. I can taste the difference. So that's a pleasant discovery, Himalayan salt. And then also you need tomato paste, ground turkey, chopped cauliflower, red potatoes, and some olive oil. The first thing I did was put a pot of water on the stove to get it boiling. And then I started prepping all of my vegetables, of course washing them first, peeling the red potatoes, which peeling those red potatoes with that peeler was not helpful for me. I ended up peeling off one of my fingernails, gross. And so I ended up switching over and just using a knife to peel the potatoes, which is probably not the safest tool, but it was definitely a lot less frustrating to use that knife. Anyway, so I got the potatoes peeled, and then I chopped up the carrots and the onion and the celery and got everything diced up and ready to go. And then by that time, the water was boiling in my pot, so I added the potatoes, and I boiled the potatoes for about 5 minutes, and then I added in the cauliflower and I boiled it all for another 10 minutes. And while that was happening, I moved over to my skillet. I sprayed it with some cooking spray and then tossed in my carrots and my celery and my onion and just cooked that, sauteed that. Yay for sauteing. That was a good first lesson for me. So I sauteed that on medium until all the vegetables looked tender. After that, I added in my ground turkey meat. So my turkey meat was still a little bit frozen, but it worked out just fine. I chopped it up and then I just cooked it until it was completely finished. And then I added in the tomato paste. And this is where I made a slight mistake. I didn't read the instructions well. I just opened up my tomato paste and glopped the entire 6-ounce can in there. And then I thought, oh, I need to check my instructions. And it turns out I only needed 3 tablespoons. So I had to go back and glop out the tomato paste mistake that I made. So yeah, I need to slow down and read my instructions before I just put a whole can of something in my recipe. But thankfully it was a mistake that I could remedy fairly easily. So I put the tomato paste in and then I mixed that all up. And meanwhile, the potatoes and the cauliflower mixture was finished. So I strained that and then put it in a separate bowl to smash it up. The recipe recommends using a mixer, but I just had a potato smasher and it worked just great. So I smashed that up with my potato smasher, and then I sprayed my pie pan, and then I put a layer of the meat and vegetable mixture on the bottom and covered it with the potato mixture across the top. I tried a little taste since it was all finished, and I have to say it was not delicious. And I was very skeptical at this point because I'd just been about 45 minutes doing this and I was not impressed with the way it was tasting. But I kept an open mind and I wanted to finish it out. So I put this in the oven at 350 degrees for 30 minutes. And then I pulled it out, and the potatoes looked just crisper, a little bit crisper. Crisp is not the word, but less moist, I guess. And everything had kind of sunk, like I guess the flavors maybe kind of melded together better. So here's the finished shepherd's pie. At this point, it's like, oh, that looks pretty good. And then here are our plates. This makes 6 servings. So we topped this with some of the Himalayan salt across the top, my favorite new cooking sidekick. And guys, it was really good. I thought this was awesome. I really enjoyed it.
I definitely recommend this recipe, and I put it in the recipe binder, and we will for sure be having this again. And I would love to know how your resolutions or goals are going. So leave a comment down below and let me know so we can cheer each other on in 2021. Okay, I hope I see you next Friday when I try out a crock pot chicken tortilla soup. Bye. Okay, I just want to say that my husband's not a huge fan of shepherd's pie in the first place, and I just tried a little bite, and I don't know if this is going to be one of our favorites, but we're going to finish it out, and we're going to give it a try.